For this XSO's football video breakdown, we're going to take a look at a play out of the 46 Bear Under. And the name of the play happens to be a zone defense, and it's called LB Dogs 3. And with this particular defense, we're just looking to get some edge pressure coming off from the right outside linebacker. So let's go ahead and just take a look at it. And as you can see, it's three deep coverage. You have the two corners playing the deep thirds, and then you also have the safety right there playing the deep middle right there. So you got three deep coverage, and then underneath you have three defenders playing hook zones, and then you end up having five defenders rushing the quarterback. Now, we're going to go ahead and run this defense as is, not going to do anything special. We're just going to go ahead and run it. And you're going to see that we really don't get any pressure with it. And for that reason, we need to do a little bit of adjustment here. And I've looked at a couple different ways of getting pressure with this one. And one of the simplest ways that I found was simply taking control of this guy right here, which is going to go ahead and be the middle linebacker. And then what you want to do here is you want to go ahead and bring him up into this area here. And then you're going to want to go ahead and hold down that right trigger. In this case, you can see on your screen right there. And what you're going to do is right before the snap, you want to continue to hold it. And the idea of this is to get the offensive line to look to block towards your side. In this case, we're looking to get either the right guard or the right tackle. More likely, it's going to be in the right guard. It's going to look to block us. And then what's going to end up happening is the left tackle is going to slide inwards to block the right end. So let's go ahead and run this, and we'll take a look at it, and we'll kind of show you what I mean by that. So let's go ahead and run it there. And then you can see right there we get the pressure coming off the edge, coming from the, in this case, it'll be the right outside linebacker. So you can see right there that, let's just go ahead and actually go into instant replay and take a look at it, and you'll see the idea of this. Now, as I said before, what we're doing here is we're trying to get the offensive line to slide in particularly that left tackle. We want him to slide in to go ahead and block the right end. Now, the right end is the defender that's in the B gap between the left guard and left tackle. So as we watch this, you'll see it. Let's go ahead and zoom in a little bit. We're going to move this over here because I want to kind of point this out to you. And we'll go ahead and get in right in this area here. You can kind of see right there, that's the left tackle. Now watch what he does. Once the ball snaps, he slides in, and then he looks to go ahead and block the right end right there. And this is going to allow the right outside linebacker to come off the edge and get pressure. So let's go back and look at it again from instant replay. Go back to the zoom out here. And the other thing that you're trying to do is, while you're in control of the middle linebacker, the one thing that you want to do is you want to hold down that right trigger until the left outside linebacker gets past the line of scrimmage, or you see the left tackle go inside to block the right end. As soon as you see that left tackle slide in to block, in this case he's going inside right there, then you can go ahead and drop that defender back in pass coverage. So you can either manually drop him, or you can do it yourself. In this case, I'm just going to go ahead and allow the computer to do it. And you can see that the tight end's covered. Now, there are some issues with this defense, as you can see, is that the flats are not covered very well. One of the things that your opponent could do is, conceivably, if you look, if he's fast enough, he can throw out there towards the halfback over there towards the right as he goes out into the flat, and he would be open. The fullback would also be an option. So there's some options right there. As you look, you'll also notice up there around about the 20-yard line up there, you'll see that the flanker, he's running his route. He's running a simple curl route. He would be open as soon as he curls back. Quarterback could throw the ball to him even before he curls back and have a chance of a completion. So you can see there are some coverage issues with this defense, but you can also see the pressure comes pretty quick. The only other thing I do want to mention to you guys, if the fullback was to stay in the pass block, or even the running back was to stay in the pass block, chances are they're going to block that block that right outside linebacker, and that's going to prevent him from getting in, at least with a clean release. Now, the cool thing is, if you've got a right outside linebacker has a high shed block rating, there's a good chance that he would end up shedding the block by the fullback and able to get to the quarterback pretty quick. So that's one of the things you can look at with this particular defense. Now, the other thing I would point out with this one, you probably don't want to run this against spread type formations or even trips formations. More than likely, this is something you more likely would want to run against base formation. I suppose if it was a trips formation, you had three receivers lined to the right, you could probably run this, but then you wouldn't want to go ahead and you would want to not take control of the middle linebacker. You'd want to take control of the strong safety there, which is this guy right here. Let's go ahead and show it to you. You'd want to let's actually go ahead and run it against a trips formation, because I think I can show this a little bit better. For example, let's go into a trips formation out of the gun, and this would be an occasion that maybe you'd want to go ahead and run this if you want to run it the way I'm showing here. So let's go into a trips formation now, the gun formation, which you can run this against. Let's see if we can find a trips. Here's a good trips formation right there. We're going to go ahead and send the running back out as well. So we still have the same thing we had before. We have all 5 receivers going out. So what you're going to do here is you can see right there that you wouldn't want to take control of the middle linebacker since he's over there. But what you could do against a trips formation, you could go ahead and take control of the strong safety. And if you wanted to, you could bring him into the gap here. In this case, we're going to bring him into the A gap and hold down that right trigger. And then we'll still get that outside pressure coming off the edge, coming from that right outside linebacker. So just keep that in mind. This is stuff that you guys can do to go ahead and bring pressure from this one, yet still keep the pass coverages. And like I said, I realized if the halfback was to stay in the pass block, say he stayed in the pass block, then he's going to go ahead and look to block that right outside linebacker. But again, if that right outside linebacker has a high shed block rating, there's a good chance he'll get past the halfback and still have a pretty clean shot at the quarterback. And also, as you can see over here with the coverages, right now if the ball was thrown, he could throw it to that out and probably complete it. And then over here with a slant, there's a chance that that could be completed as well right there. So you can see there's definitely some coverage issues with it, but the idea of this was to show you how to get some pressure. So this particular defense out of the 46 Bear is something that I've been, or at least, excuse me, the 46 Bear under is something that I've been running that it does bring some pressure. And the name of the defense is called LB Dogs 3.